Norwich City's association with Tampa Bay as a region has been going on now for probably a couple of years. It started with our partnership with Visit Tampa Bay, the official destination partner of Norwich City, and that obviously then evolved into year two, where we brought our first team and some of our sponsors out for a warm weather winter training camp in November to Tampa Bay. In the build up to that, a small delegation of myself, Crystal Magala, Stuart Webber and Ben Kensel went out to Tampa to essentially scout out the region and ensure that the facilities and the setup out there was good enough for us to train. In the process of doing so, we then met Lee Cohen and his team at the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Those guys, we could not speak more highly of them if we tried, really. Really great setup, beautiful stadium right next to the water, and clearly lots of affinities between ourselves and those guys, far more than just the colours, which is a remarkable coincidence, really. So it quickly became apparent when we were out in Tampa in November that there was far more of a collaboration to be had with the Rowdies. Lee and I sat down a couple of times during the week when we were out there to essentially put a couple of proposals together, one of which was potentially loaning players out. Of course, that decision was above my head, but there's a really nice link between Steve Weaver, obviously academy manager here, and Neil Collins, first team head coach at the Rowdies. I think they've got an association going back from when Neil played under Steve at some point. And I think it became clear that if there was an opportunity to take a talented player out there who had the right attitude, then we would action that. Pleasingly for all concerned, I think that came about probably quicker than we expected. So along with that and the various other partnership benefits we have with those guys, it's kind of evolved really quickly. Caleb settled in well from what I gather. He made his debut against Wayne Rooney the other day, which is obviously a relative baptism of fire, but from what I gather had a great game. And I think they've got a great season ahead of them, so Caleb should enjoy his time out there. We've got a long-term plan with the Rowdies and Tampa Bay as a region. So this comes from the top of our club. It's a key strategic decision on how we internationalise Norwich City. Obviously, we're in the Championship at the moment. I don't think there'll be many clubs of our size in the Championship that would do anything like this. So it's pretty pioneering. We've obviously announced a partnership with the Rowdies, in which there are a large number of benefits. We've obviously announced following that Caleb. And there's a potential pathway for other loanees to be sent out. We'll shortly be announcing a retail opportunity, so we're going to be supplying our kits out to the Rowdies for sale out there. The Rowdies will be sending their kits here and they'll be able to purchase. For Norwich fans, there's obviously a great link with the colours. It's a great kit also, so I think that'll go down well. And we look to do that so that we have that in place for the start of the Rowdies season. Their first home game is on March 16th against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. So we look to have those in for that time. And then the big project, the longer term project we've been working on is a project we've been calling the Yellow and Green Dream. That concept's basically based on the American Dream, obviously the play on the colours, the mutual benefits of those. And this will be that we will be running in collaboration with the Rowdies a week-long elite soccer camp in Tampa. That will run from July 16th to July 20th. That will be open to all participants between the ages of 15 and 19 in Tampa. We expect a really strong turnout for that, and we will also be sending our coaches out, led by Grant Holt. During the week, there'll be high intensity coaching opportunities. There'll be a whole load of other benefits as well, and it culminates in a game at the Rowdies. One of the most unique points about it is that the best 30 players from that week-long camp will then be selected to come back for a second camp in November, at which we will again send coaches out there. And there'll be a sort of almost X-Factor style finale at which one of those players will be selected to be part of the Norwich City Academy professional experience at the start of 2020, at which they'll then have 2 weeks of professional coaching at Colney and everything that goes along with that in terms of dietary plans, gym plans, a match day experience also, basically the whole raft, the full professional experience for an academy product at Colney. And then as the second part of it, the winner will then receive the opportunity to have 2 weeks of pre-season training at the Rowdies as well. So it's an unbelievable opportunity for someone. We think it's something that's never been done before. It's really, that's our mantra. We want to do things that are pretty pioneering, that haven't been done before. And we think hopefully, touch wood, it should be a great success.